Napoli remain your leaders over in Italy after a big, important win over one of the hotshot competitors at the top of the table. But what will go on this weekend? Can they extend that lead? We'll take a look at that and more next. That's right, folks, back once again on our prediction video today. It's all about match number 11, that's right. Over in Italy, we'll get to that in a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe. You want to stop shop for Serie A, Bappan Rovers, World Football, all here under one Ruski. That's right, Antonio Conte's boys look the real bloody deal with a 4-point cushion over Internazionale at the top of the table. But who will be in the mixer this weekend? We'll take a look at all of that in a second. Big shout out to the VIPs. You know who you are. The Patreons and, of course, the members. That's right, of course. But before we look forward to this weekend's games, because they are tomorrow, we're going to look back to the past midweek and all the bloody drama. Alrighty then, here we go. Recap of the results this past midweek, and there was some surprises, including Juventus' draw with Parma. We'll talk about that in a minute. Cagliari did lose to Bologna at home, of course, the Champions League team, starting to get some form together now as they into mid-table. Lecce picked up a monster win against Verona to improve their chances down the foot. But look at this, AC Milan did lose at home to Napoli, 2-0 win in the end. I did go with the draw, sat on the fence. I've got to have a bit more balls with my predictions. Empoli, though, did lose to Internazionale with a 3-0 win. I won with a 2-0 win. Venezia did beat Udinese 3-2. I won with the draw. Atalanta with a big 2-0 win over Monza. Got that one spot on. Juve against Parma. Is that I think it's a derby, right? But Parma showed up with a big 2-2 draw over Juventus, who, of course, now dropped down to 6th. Fiorentina picking up a 1-0 win over Genoa. Got that one spot on. Como got smashed by Lazio 5-1. I got the win right, and Roma with a 1-0 win over Torino. Now, of course, this is the table right now as you see it. Napoli are tip at the top of the table with 4 points clear over Internazionale. Atalanta up there alongside Fiorentina in a bit of a interesting looking top 4. The likes of Juventus, AC Milan, and Roma on the outside looking in at the moment. Going down though, Genoa, Lecce, and Venezia at this moment, despite Lecce's big win this past midweek. Alrighty, now over in the Super Brew, I thought I actually forgot to do my Super Brew, but I didn't get very much. I got 6 points there. I think, looking back at those predictions, I think I should do much better, but just the 6. We'll let the computer decide. But Jake Hammond kicking ass with 16.5. Goodness gracious me. Russell Frosty up there alongside him, 13.5. Though a Mexican sniper up there as well. Maka, Zandos, Hans Worst, all in a sort of power 5 or 6. Right there, right now. As for the overall leaderboard, as you see it, it is currently O'Connor up 2 spots to number 1, 100 points, 0.5. Summer 2018. Now, Raymond Reddington in that top 1 spot. They're all in number 1 spot right now. As to me, I dropped down 5 spots to number 13. Not a great week for me, despite it being a busy week. Now, if you want to get involved with the prediction league, it is still wide open and still 100% free, so get in amongst it and get predicting this week. Alrighty then, folks, here we go with the next round of games, and we got some absolute crackers on here again. It seems to be week in, week out, all the drama over in Italy. So we're going to start at the top of the shop with, of course, a trip to Bologna. Alright then, folks, here we go with the next round of games, and we got some absolute crackers on the agenda. We're going to start with a top of the shop match here. It's, of course, Bologna up against Lecce, so let's get into it, of course, heading over to the Renato D'Alia this coming match day, of course, on the 2nd of November. That's a Saturday. 3 games on Saturday, the rest, of course, over the course of Monday and Sunday. But these two sides have played 28 times since 1997. We have 14 wins for Bologna, 3 wins for Lecce. There's been 11 draws between the two sides. Bologna all the way up to 11th right now. They're up the table. Of course, just 1 defeat in the last 4. However, 1 win last 5. If you look at it in a little bit different way. Lecce on the back of a win also this past midweek, but they're still all the way down into 19th. The last time they played at this venue, it was a comfortable 4-0 win for Bologna. Of course, that was back at this venue back in February 2024. They are unbeaten against Lecce over the last 6, picking up 5 wins and just 1 draw. And like I said, both sides coming into it on the back of victories this past midweek. 13-8 on is Bologna, 5-2 the draw, 11-2 is your away win. Bologna will win this one, just a 1-0 win to move up the table once again. Meanwhile, we are heading over to the Stadio Friuli, that's right. Udinese taking on Juventus, that's right, coming at you also on the 2nd of November. Udinese with Costa Rojnic in charge. They still sit 7th in the table with 16 points to the name, up against Juventus, and Thiago Motta all the way into 6th with 18 points to the name. Of course, the host coming at you with 50% form, winning 3 and losing 3 over the last 6. Up against Juventus on 58% form, just 1 win in the last 5. However, just one defeat in the last 6 if you want to look at it a different way. They have played 59 times, 10 wins for Udinese, 41 wins for Juventus. There's been 8 draws, with the last match at this venue being a 3-0 win for Juventus back in August 2023. Juve on the back of successive draws, drawing with Inter and Parma most recently. Venezia on the back of beating Udinese on the 30th this past midweek. So not good on the road, but pretty good at home. So back-to-back home wins for Udinese and back-to-back clean sheets. The odds here, 10-3 is Udinese, 20-19 on Juventus, 11-5 the draw. Going to go with a Juve win, though, to get them back on track, maybe. And Udinese taking a bit of an L back on their own turf. Meanwhile, we'll head over to the Stadio Briatano as Monza take on AC Milan, also on Saturday the 2nd. 50% form for Monza. They're down to 17th right now with just 8 points for the campaign. 1-2, lost 2 and drawn 2 over the last 6. Also, Milan on 50% form, however, winning 3 and losing 3 over the last 6, but in 8th. In the table with just 14 points for the season. 9 times they've played since 2014. 1 win for Monza, 8 for Milan. There's been 0 draws between these two sides. The last time they played at this venue is a 6-goal thriller going in favour of Monza, 4-2 in the end. Monza, though, losing to Atalanta this past midweek. Milan losing to Napoli on their own turf as well. 4-1 is your Monza, 10-7 on is your Milan, 13-5 is the draw. We are going with a 2-0 win for Milan, a bounce back. Right now, they are looking in a bit of trouble right now. They should be in the top 4 reckoning, but right now they are struggling, so they need these kinds of wins. One team that is not struggling is Napoli. That's right, taking on Atalanta, though, who could prove to be a stiff opposition coming out to the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona. Napoli and Antonio Conte sit top of the table. They've won 6 on their bounce. Up against the Atalanta side, who are 3rd in the table. They've won 92% form for them right now, unbeaten in at least the last 6 games. 52 times they have played since 1993. 20 wins for Napoli, 18 wins for Atalanta. There's been 14 draws. Last time they played at this venue, it was a 3-0 win for Atalanta back in March 2024. In fact, the home side has only won once of the last 6, whether it's in Napoli or Atalanta. That's when Napoli beat their opposition back in March 2023. Napoli, though, 1, 2, 3 clean sheets on the spin up against the Atalanta side, who have just conceded the 1 goal in the last 4. And scoring, what are we looking at, 10 goals in the last 4 games combined, 15 goals in the last 5 if you want to open it up a little bit more. So it could be an entertaining classic here. 21-20 is your Napoli, 27-10 is your Atalanta, 12-5 is your... This is going to be a game, guys. It's going to be an absolute cracker. I'm going to go with Napoli to win it, though. 3-1 win to maintain their top of the table dominance and maybe even open a gap on the chasing pack. Let's go to the Stadio Olimpico Gran Torino as Torino host Fiorentina on the climb right now. Torino under Paolo Vanoli all the way into 9th right now. Just 1 win in the last 6 matches. Up against the Fiorentina side, also hot bloody trot, 100% form for them right now. Unbeaten in the last 8. And they've won 6 on the bloody bounce, though. They sit 4th with 19 points to name under Rafael Palladino. Played 44 times these two sides since 1995. 9 wins for Torino, 20 wins for Fiorentina. There's been 15 draws, including the last time they played at this venue, a 0-0 way back in March 2024. Fiorentina, though, are unbeaten against Torino over the last 4, picking up a couple of wins and a couple of draws. It's actually been back-to-back draws at this very venue. Torino, though, on the back of a loss against Roma most recently. Fiorentina with, like I said, 6 games of winning run. A 1-0 win over Genoa this past midweek. The odds here, 11-5 Torino, 5-4 your Fiorentina, 23-10 the draw. I think the winning streak will continue here for Fiorentina. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win, just another one, just a 1-0 win to continue their surprising rise towards the top of the table. Let's go over to Verona now as they take on Roma at the Stadio Mercaton Pettagodi. Verona under Paolo Zanetti all the way down to 14th right now, just 1 win in the last 6 matches. They're on 17% form. Up against Roma under Ivan Juric as they sit 10th for 13 points to name, on 42% form for them over the last 6. They played 26 times, these two clubs, since 1996. 4 wins for Verona. There's been 16 wins for Roma. There's been 6 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue, 2-1 winners it was for Verona back in August 2023. Roma have only lost once against them in the last 5, and coming into this on the back of that important 1-0 win over Torino. Verona, though, losing successive games, 3 games on the spin, actually, to Monza, Atalanta, and now Lecce. The odds for this one, Verona 4-1 for the victory, 5-4 on is your Roma, 5-2 the draw. Roma should be favoured here for this one. Going to give them just enough to get the 2-1 win on the road. Meanwhile, let's head over to Milan as Internazionale take on Venezia. That's right. Simone Inzaghi's boys are on good bit of form right now, 92%. Just sitting in second with 21 points to their name. Up against the Venezia side, all the way down to 18th. However, coming into on back-to-back games unbeaten. They played 8 times since 1999. 5 wins for Inter, 2 wins for Venezia. There's been 1 draw. The last time they played at this venue, it was a 2-1 win for Inter back in January 2022. They've won, or they're unbeaten against Venezia over the last 5. With a 4 wins and a draw to boot. Inter on the back of that 3-0 win over Empoli, bouncing back from that 4-4 thrill against Juve. Venezia with a 3-2 win over Udinese to give themselves a bit of a boost as well. The odds here, 6-1 on is your Inter, 14-1 is your Venezia, 6-1 is, of course, the draw. It will be no surprises here. Internazionale with a big 3-0 win over Venezia to remain in second spot. Into Monday's games, got a triple bloody header. That's right, Empoli taking on Como at the Carlo Castellani. Empoli with Roberto Di Viasia sitting in 12th right now without a win in the last 5 matches. Up against Como, who are into 15th with 9 points without a win in the last 4. So both sides desperate for a win. Played 4 times since 2001. 1 win for Empoli, 2 for Como. There's been 1 draw between the 2 sides. That 1 draw was the last game. It was a 0-0 draw back in February 2003 in Serie A. Empoli, though, back-to-back games unbeaten against Como, back-to-back clean sheets as well. However, they are winless in a bit of time, just scoring the 1 goal in the last 3 games combined. Como, though, again, without a win in the last 4. So both sides desperate for the big fat W. 9-5 is your Empoli, 31-20 is your Como, 11-5 is the draw. They're both desperate for a win, but I don't think anything's coming this time around. I'm going to go with another draw, 1-1 in the end. I think Como will be the happier. Head over to Parma now as they take on Genoa. That's right, coming on the 4th of November. Parma, 42% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They sit 13th with 9 points to the name. However, they are the draw kings, drawing 5 of the last 6. Up against Genoa, 8% form, they're all the way down rock bottom, 20 for the table with just 6 points all season long. Last time around, they did play at Parma. It was a 2-0 win for Parma back in February 2023. That was in Serie B. They have played 26 times since 93, 10 wins for Parma, 7 wins for Genoa, 9 draws. Last time around for Parma, it was a 2-2 draw against Juventus. Big result that. Fiorentina did beat Genoa this past midweek as well. The odds for this, 2017 on your Parma, 12-5. The draw, 10-3, your away win. Another draw here on a Monday night. Not much excitement around. 0-0 in the end. And then finally, folks, we head over to the capital. It's Lazio. It's Cagliari. It's also on Monday, the 4th of November. Lazio with Marco Baroni at charge. 5th of the table, 19 points to their name. 83% form for them right now. Up against the Cagliari side, back-to-back defeats, sitting in 16th with 9 points to their name. They played 50 times since 93. 30 wins for Lazio, 8 wins for Cagliari. There's been 12 draws between the 2 sides. The last match they played at this venue was a 1-0 win for Lazio back in December 2023. Lazio, of course, winning 3 on the bounce against them, just conceding 1 goal in those last 3, both home or away. Lazio on the back of a 5-1 win over Como. They've scored 10 goals in the last 3 games combined. Meanwhile, Cagliari losing to Bologna. Back-to-back defeats for them, back-to-back games without a goal as well. Of course, 2-1 on is your Lazio, 30-2, your Cagliari, 11-4 is the draw. If you want drama, if you want to win, it's going to be out of this game here. Lazio with it, when it's 2-0 winners over at the Stadio Olimpico. That, my friends, will complete my picks for this weekend's action over in Italy. Of course, they are coming out thick and fast, so make sure you get your predictions in via the Prediction League right here, right now. Of course, busy weeks up ahead in Italy and in Europe, so make sure you subscribe, smash the like, of course. Catch you later, guys and girls, when we return. But until then, we're done.